everyone? It's me, Super Mario Johnson here. Today, I've been wanting to do this for a while, and um, yeah, I'm not sure to do it. So I got me a note here, and I thought, why not make a top 20? But since it's like phase 4 of let's say the Marvel series has finally ended, this is my top 20 phase. Definitely come out in the nearby future. All right, so before I list them off, I just want to tell you guys, um, I'm gonna do a giveaway PS5 to one of you guys. Now, comments, send out the most stupidest comments you guys can ever think of, because I want to hear you guys' thoughts on that. And I mean, if they're not that horrible, that is. I mean, I want to see some, you know, I want to see some good comments. But like I said, I'm not gonna show you guys the PS5 yet because keeping that a secret. Anyways, with that said, let's begin the top 20 of these 5 Marvel movies. I mean, this is oh, let me just start from the top. Now, these are not my favorites. All right, let me tell you something. These are not my favorites, but they are a key factor to like Marvel. So like, bear with me here. On my top 20, I got Iron Girl. Like Einstein, the little girl from like Endgame. Anyone remember her? Yeah, so she is going to be in that movie, and it's called Iron Girl. There is no numbers on here. Trust me, there are no numbers. So I guess I'll just tell you the plot anyway, because if I just tell you the actors, we would be here all day. So yeah, let's start. Okay, so after Iron Man's death, which was Tony Stark, she's decided to go to high school and forget about her father. While meanwhile, there is this bully named Travis. Now, let me tell you something. This isn't the same Travis from all the other Marvel movies, so shut the hell up about it. Anyway, so Travis decided to bully Iron Girl, aka Einstein, for Stark. I think that's what her name was. I don't know. It's hard for me to remember Robert Downey Jr.'s lines in like Endgame and Infinity War. It's really hard. But anyways, yeah, so she pretty much is pissed off about this guy. She decided to make her own Iron Man suit, aka Iron Girl. Now, let me tell you something. She's 18 years old, meaning that um, she's pretty much almost done with school. Just 3 more years in the plot. But yeah, anyways, uh, she isn't a fan of any other, Avenger or X-Men or Fantastic Four or Spider-Man, for example. She's just freaking, a school nerd. She's pretty much of a geek, for examples. She's pretty much like into like, you know, Dungeons and Dragons and all that other kind of stuff. So apparently, like Travis here is pretty much picking on another student named McCoy, aka the main villain in that movie. Anyway, so she saves McCoy from Travis, and Travis is like, "Who are you?" And she says, "I am Iron Girl." So like, yeah, so her entire suit, the faceplate is the same thing from Iron Man 1, but the suit is like pink, and it's also covered in like rainbows and clouds and unicorns and all that other kind of stuff. So yeah, she didn't grow out of her 5-year-old body. So yeah, that's for examples. Anyways, um, so yeah, she pretty much like tries to beat the hell out of Travis, but got away. But she did threaten him. So yeah, what was that threat? If you pick on this kid again, I will tell your mom, and she's not gonna like it. And I'll make sure you're buried in the ground. Now that's a crazy threat, right? That's a crazy threat. Okay? And it's confusing, I know, but hey, stupid writing, am I right? It's not lazy writing, it's stupid writing. So yes, so Iron Girl, saves McCoy, but McCoy is like 24 years old. So apparently, like, he already completed school. So, like, there's no possibility. But he is a college student, by the way. He's a college student. So, yeah, he's pretty much a college student in New York, but he doesn't originally live in New York. He was actually born in Manhattan. I think it was Manhattan. Oh, wait. No, it was California. So, yeah, she was pretty much surprised. She was like, "Oh yeah, my dad was also from California too, and so was my grandpa." So yeah, you could see that she pretty much had a good following with her family. And so like she goes home, and she's pretty much like tired, and she also has her own radio machine so she can listen to the radio sometimes. But this machine is a little different. See, since she saved McCoy, she decided to be a superhero and save everybody. So apparently, we get a montage of her saving everyone. You know, like, oh, she stopped a robbery, and oh, she helped the old lady with her dog, and all that kind of stuff. Now, McCoy. So I want to make some adjustments here. He's not just a college student. No, no. He is actually a stupid but serious villain in the title, okay? He pretty much had his, you know, goals and achievements taken away by this guy named Scarlett Rogers, the brother or no, the sister of Andrew Rogers. Yeah, pretty much Steve Rogers. That's his great, 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 great grandchildren. I don't know, man. I don't know what happened in 1973. Or was it 1943? I think it was 1943. Oh, wait, maybe it was the 1960s. I don't know. I'm not really a fan of those war things, it's kind of confusing. But anyways, yeah, so she's pretty much spectacular at being the most sport athlete. And she's like 22 years old. Yeah, she's 22. So apparently, like, he's jealous of her powerful activities and all that kind of stuff. What you don't know is that he is also an engineer and he has been working on deadly machineries in order to get his revenge on this one girl. Now, if Steve Rogers were still alive, he would kick the hell out of like Travis. Well, not Travis, McCoy, I think. There is no last name, it's just McCoy. It's kind of like the whole Flash Thompson thing. Like, we never see his parents, we never see what happens outside of his life, blah, 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 whatever. Okay, so, anyways, yeah, so like Iron Girl is like, still doing her thing when all of a sudden a big explosion comes out of the building that Tony Stark used to work at. Anyway, then Gray. Dead Gray is actually McCoy in disguise. Now he looks like a demon slash werewolf. He has a werewolf feet. He has like the eyes of a werewolf, but he's also like half beast too, just per se. And he actually has machineries that could shoot out, bombs and missiles in his wrist. So like, yeah, kind of like the whole Spider-Man thing. But yeah, anyways, he is faster like a werewolf, and he also is completely a teleporter too, because he made teleporting machineries on his back. So yeah, Iron Girl decided to go after him. But what you might know is that, like I said before, he could teleport. So it made Iron Girl hard to like, track him down and stuff. So apparently, like, she used her machineries in her helmet, to find what's going on. She pretty much has no research about this thing or whatsoever because it is hidden from everyone else, and it's pretty much crazy to say. Anyway, she gives up. She goes home, and McCoy, McCoy, he's pretty much like irritated that he shot the wrong woman. Now, get this: Scarlett Rogers has a friend, and that friend's mom works at Stark Industries. So he was trying to kill her friend's mom, which you know Iron Girl, even though like Iron Girl didn't save her, she was safe. Um, half of her face is like messed up, so like Scarlett's friend has to like stay at the hospital for a while. And, Iron Girl this time, um, McCoy decided to go after her. Yeah, so like Death Gray here, decided to go after, you know, Scarlett Rogers. Now, again, there are two different versions of Scarlet. There's Scarlet Witch, and then there's Scarlett Rogers. So, yeah, she's pretty much like brown hair, just like Steve Rogers' wife. aka girlfriend. I don't know what considered. She was pretty much like she feels like she's being stalked by someone, which that was Dead Gray. Now, why couldn't I call him Dead Wolf? Well, that would me be offending to you know what out there, and I don't want to talk about that anyway. So she decided to cover herself up with like some hoodies, so that way she doesn't get stalked by this person, and that may work, right? Well, she was completely stupid, all things considered, because this thing kept stalking for days on end, and pretty much like months too. Going from season to season to season, and in winter time, the Christmas time, Scarlett decided to like give up, and she wants to move out of the house, but like Iron Girl, aka Scarlett, decided to like help help her out. So she decided to like go to her house and tell her, "Hey, you don't need to move out of the house. I can help you with the soccer." And she's like, "Oh my god, thank you, Einstein. Listen, this stalker, it has like he lives like big stomps behind my back, so like I can hear that behind my back. So can you help me out there?" And Einstein says okay. So she decided to like set up a plan. She decided to like set up a plan just like the Green Goblin, right? Yeah, that's right. So like she's decided to set up like traps for Gray Dead. So Gray Dead follows the trail for like Scarlet Rogers, and she was definitely in the warehouse, but that wasn't really her. That was pretty much of a mannequin. So yeah, yeah. So like Gray Wolf, he's not that far stupid, but he could be fooled by mannequins a lot. Yeah. Anyways, so um, he's pretty much like I would say like trapped by the mannequin. Her plan does work, but what she doesn't know is that he can actually grow to size. So like he got out of the cage perfectly. So like they all pretty much start the fight, and by all I mean like Gray Wolf, Iron Girl, and Scarlet Rogers decided to put on her dad's suit, aka being actually Captain Girl, and this is the first time we see her. I'll give her her own movie in Phase 6. That would be good. But yeah, anyway, so Scarlet Rogers, aka Captain Girl. Yeah, so I'm gonna call her Captain Girl, not Captain America. It's kind of like uh, Captain British Woman. I don't know. That was from What If. I just thought, oh, this would be cool. So she has her dad's shield, and let me tell you something. Falcon decided to give off the shield to his daughter. Yes, his great granddaughter. How crazy is that? He was frozen for over almost 70 years, and now, fucking now, this happens. It astounds me. It just astounds me right now. It just does. But yeah. Anyways, so yeah. Um, right now, Iron Girl is like being attacked. She's almost about to give up. Now he's like 9 foot tall, so like that makes her hard to like keep up, and it's pretty much difficult for her to fly almost around the warehouse inside because she's inside with a freaking werewolf all of a sudden. Yeah. Anyway, so Captain Girl decided to help out by throwing the shield at his red eyeball. So yeah, pretty much like hurt him. So Iron Girl beats the living hell out of him, not just shooting missiles, but also like pulling off some punches and stuff. Now, for Captain Girl coming out of the shadows, she's wearing the armor. She has the star on her chest. She has the star on her chest. She has the mask. She pretty much has the eyes of Captain America. So you damn know well that's Steve Rogers' real great, great granddaughter. So yeah, she pretty much helped out and all that kind of stuff. And the day is saved. So they decide to unmask Grey Wolf, and dun dun dun. It's McCoy. It's seriously McCoy. So yeah, the police arrest him, and it's a 2 hour long movie. It's not 3 hours long. It's pretty much 2 hours long. Yeah, two and a half. Yeah, it's 2.5 hours long. So, anyways, we get the ending where Scarlett Rogers moves out of the house, and this is a community college, by the way. This isn't like some sort of like private college. This is actually a community college. I don't know if they're a community college in New York, but guys, tell me in the comments if they are. Anyways, so Iron Girl, aka Einstein, pretty much said goodbye to her, and yeah, she's gonna have her own series on HBO Max called Captain Girl. Is it just Captain Girl? Oh, what you wanted the better story? Well, too bad. I uh, uh, excuse me. I made that story up, but hey, it's gonna be part of the MCU if the MCU would actually allow Iron Girl to be on the big screen. Anyways, we get a post-credit scene where McCoy is locked up in the jail cell in the island, and guess what? He finds Scorpion too, meaning that Scorpion wants him to join, the Sinister Six. You know, so he said yes. In the after credit scene, we get to see some great green goo, and it sets up for the next movie, She-Hulk, number 19, She-Hulk. Oh my God, this is going to be fantastic. This will be fantastic. First, Iron Girl is a really good movie, and I actually would love to direct that movie when I'm older. Maybe like 32 years old, probably. But anyways, I love Iron Girl, even though it's in the lowest list. It's good, but it could be better. Anyways, we get She-Hulk. Now, this time, it's actually going to represent the comics this time. Okay? It's just going to be like the comics. So if you already read the comics, if you already heard the comics, go watch watch Mojo.com. They tell about the She-Hulk too. Go watch other content that talk about She-Hulk. Just right now, like on YouTube.com slash the history of She-Hulk. You find that there, and yes. So instead of like um you, you know the same villain, like Red She-Hulk, we actually get a diabolical villain that and She-Hulk's name, instead of like the girl from the comics, we're gonna call her um Angelina Willie. No, I am not making that up. Angelina Willie. This is not Angelina Jolie moment, okay? Shut the fuck up. Yeah, so Angelina Willie is a scientist, but not a science partner. No, she's a scientist. She's also partnered up with Greg, a a small midget that has gray hair and pretty much like you know does nothing. Does nothing in the rest of the movie. He just exists, and we should feel happy. He has no personality whatsoever, just like the Jean Grey and the Dark Phoenix that everyone seems to piss off about. But I digress. Okay, so anyway, She Hulk, like apparently, like you know, Angelina, she finds this green goo in the office in this like, the public community, so like she's like decided to, or not a public community, I mean community college. She decided to like take it and go to her lab, which is Oscorp Industries, and decided to like test it out, and it turned her into has to be staying in this dorm. Now, if you already read the comics before, I'm not going to explain the rest, but I will explain the ending though. The ending for her is, turning back himself, and Bruce Banner says, "You're magnificent. We need you on the team." And what team? The long pause there, and Bruce Banner says, "The Avengers." So in the post-credit scene, he's stepping out as the bodyguard of the Incredible Hulk, and gives the role to She-Hulk. He's still going to work under Shield. Okay, he's still going to work under Shield. He's not going to join in the battles. That would be She-Hulk. So that means like She-Hulk is going to be in a lot of Mitches. There's no after credit scene, guys. I trust you on that. So we got the Guardians of the Galaxy, Volume 3, and Volume 4 on number 18. Now, Guardians of the Galaxy 2, I mean, is my favorite movie. The first Guardians of the Galaxy movie didn't really feel like it's a good movie. Is because I'll explain the third one, and that third one goes next to the fourth one. The fourth one continues the third one. So yeah, the whole "don't be left on a cliffhanger" note is still going to exist. Okay, so in this movie, this is after like Thor: Love of Thunder, right? So like Star Lord is like getting annoyed a little bit, just a little bit of Thor, and he pretty much says, "Oh well, I have a challenge here. How about we both get Star Rocks out in outer space in only 4 seconds. And Thor's like, you're all. And they like go around space, like, Star Lord is collecting some orbs. And, like Thor is collecting more orbs. Now, yes, I said rocks, but those rocks could contain orbs. So Thor has the most rocks. He says, I win. And, and Star Lord is kind of a little bit pissed. So he pretty much, slams his fist on the table and goes to his room. Drax and what's her name again? It's not Nebula, or it's not like Gamora. I think it was like it was that Impact. Uh, uh, Mantis. Mantis. So Mantis is kind of like, shocked to see that Star Lord is acting a little bit irritated, and she said, "Thor, why you always gotta freaking be better at everything to him?" And Thor says, "Because why not? He's not gonna try anything triumphant, right?" And it pretty much like pissed her off. It pretty much pissed her off. It kind of did. It kind of pissed her off a little bit. So she goes to Star Lord's room, tries to calm him down, but like Mantis, Mantis, her. So Star Lord calms down and decided, he wants to take a little vacation. He wants to go on vacation. So they decided to go on this planet. That this planet is inappropriate, and I don't want to say it, but I'll say it now. Planet Chroma. Yeah, Planet Chroma. It's it's one of the most stupidest planets I have ever heard from. And no, I am not making that up. So yeah, so like Planet Chroma, Star Lord, Thor, Mantis, Rocket, Drax, they're pretty much having a fun time. And even Groot too. He's actually having a fun time too. They're chilling, they're relaxing, they're playing tennis and all that kind of stuff. That's a good montage. And then all of a sudden, um, Gamora comes out of the woods, and Star Lord, well, actually Peter Quill, or Pete, I guess, but yeah, Peter Quill was like, "Oh my God, you're here! We were trying to find you. Where have you been?" Now I don't know if Thor: Love of Thunder actually shows Gamora. I've never seen a trailer of it, so like you know, eh. And Nebula is in the sidelines. She's pretty much a background character. That's what she is. So she pretty much she sees her sister again, but she walks away. And then after that, like Star Lord says, "I was trying to find you. What happened? Where have you been?" And she says, "I was in nowhere." And Star Lord was confused. He was like, "What?" We've been there before. We didn't see you there last time. And she said, you just missed the part. And he's like, what part? The part where we, first try and kiss. And Star Lord was like, oh. Well, I'm glad you're here. But get this. That's not Nebula. All right. That's not actually Nebula. Nebula? I meant Gamora. That's not actually Gamora. Okay? Suspicious of Gamora coming back. Thor was like, oh, my name is Thor. Nice to meet you. Now, in Thor God of Thunder, guys, tell me in the comments, does he look way different from Thor and all the other movies, or is he still the same stupid dumbass Thor from freaking Endgame here? Because I'm not freaking flipping the coin and making sure that I flipped it the right way. I'm not doing that shit. Nah, fuck that. Didn't mean to swear though, but I apologize for that part. Okay. Uh, yeah. Anyways, so like Gamora, I think that's her name. Gamora and Nebula pretty much see each other, but she pretty much like has suspicion of her. So they decided to go in a private room. Gamora, she pretty much locked the door, and she pretty much says, "You know who I am." And Nebula is like, "What have you done to my sister?" And okay, look, guys, this is not going to be based off by Resident Evil, but I wanted to put this out there now. She is actually a tentacle worm in a hazmat suit body metal material. Okay, those are called wormos on this planet. Wormos, there's a different race between black wormos and white wormos. The black wormos are like these, like, worms that have like yellow hair, apparently. But with the white wormos, they have black hair. Okay, you feel me? They have black hair. They are a race of, unfunctional society of, chaos, and like she pretty much saw this, and he's covering her mouth, and she pretty much suffocates. Now she's not dead in this movie. No, like I said, she's a background character, so no one dies. So, anyways, he shapeshifts back to Gamora, and they pretty much she locked the room from like the inside. So, yeah, kind of crazy, right? But anyways, yes. So like the door is completely locked. It's covered in electricity and barbed wires too. So for the rest of the movie, like Star Lord is suspicious, and Thor, Rocket are training. It's pretty much the same old, same old. But in the third act, and I'm telling you, the third act, the ultimate climax happens. See, Drax finds this purple cave, and when he destroys it, it is filled to the brim with white worms. White worms. You feel me? White worms. Groot and Thor and Rocket are pretty much shocked at this, so they decided to get back on the ship. Gamora, aka the Wormo, decided to like take revenge on you know Thor and Rocket, Drax, and Groot. So yeah, they decided to like beat this thing up. Now, trust me, this movie right here has no poster after credits. Okay, so yeah, they get knocked out by this Wormo, and they're taken by the cave, you and the Wormos, the white Wormos, they're like going to like kill them. They're going to kill all of them. Now, Mantis, I'm pretty sure Mantis is still with the black Wormos. She's pretty much not focusing on what's going on here. They're in the background. Don't ask me how that happened. Just face the facts, okay? Rest in peace, Stanley. Anyway, so yeah. Um so Thor uses thunder to get a rock